Hey guys, sorry, Alex back again with another video. It's been a while. Of course, I've got Jenny joining me as always. Um, it's been a while since I've done a recent finds video, or at least it feels that way. I'm just not picking up as much stuff anymore. Um, I really don't know why. Maybe there's not really been much to pick up in charity shops. There's been a few new albums I've been eyeing up, but I've just been hesitant on buying them because nothing's really grabbed me, you know. So I figured I'm just not going to bother picking stuff up. But I have a few things that I have here, and I'm going to share them with you. One's a charity shop find. Three are from Facebook. One's a new release, one's from Discog, and what I'm actually going to start with is some VCLT. Now this is going to use up the bulk of this video, the vinyl finds video, because it's quite a big stack. Basically, Flipped Disc on Instagram, I'll link his Instagram below. He got in contact with me saying he was having a clear out of some stuff, and showed me a little flip video of some stuff he was getting rid of. Would I like anything? Or if I was interested in the stuff, he would let me know, and I would definitely work, or he'd send it my way. So I was definitely interested in a lot of the stuff here. In fact, everything in here. There was some stuff I wasn't familiar with in this stack. There was stuff I was familiar with, but I like everything that he sent over. There were two things in here that I said yes to get in the stack to, and if I didn't like the other stuff, it wouldn't have been a big deal because it was all free. But I liked everything that I got sent, so that's nice. So yeah, there's one album, the rest are all 12-inch singles. The album is George Benson, The Best. This is a compilation that came out in 1981. Basically just the greatest hits of George Benson's CTI era. Yeah, everything, I think mainly stuff from like 1969 right through to 1970. But yeah, it for a compilation that came out in 81, you'd expect it to be like maybe have Give Me the Night on it at least, but no, it's a compilation of his CTI years, and it's a really good compilation. Like it really knocks it out of the park, and I really liked his cover of My Sherry and More on here as well, which of course you guys know I'm a sucker for anything Stevie Wonder related, so there's that. Alright, onto the 12-inch singles. Some of these I'm going to breeze through because I don't really have many comments, but this is Kajagoogoo, O to the R, the Construction remix. Really nice 12-inch there. Wasn't too familiar with that track, but I know the name Kajagoogoo. Obviously they did the song Too Shy, which was their big single. Yeah, that's a nice one there. Richard Dimple's Friends, Your Wife Is Cheating on Us. That's the instrumental on the back. Again, a name I'd heard of, but hadn't really listened to much of his stuff. Really dug this track though. I always forget the name. I think it's Bizarre. Bizarre. I don't know. Sucker for Love, the extended remix. Has the 7-inch remix, and then Dr. Rhythm, the extended mix on the back. Obviously, I'd never even heard of this group but this was a really nice, that was a really good listen. Second Image, Sing and Shout. Dug this one quite a bit. Again, another one I wasn't familiar with the group or the song, so that was a really nice one there. James Ingram. This track I've often overlooked because I know the name James Ingram, but I've never really properly checked out a lot of his stuff. But this 12-inch really surprised me. Yeah, it's Yamo B there. Obviously produced by Quincy Jones, the legendary Quincy Jones. Both tracks here are actually produced by Quincy. But it's opened my ears a bit more to James Ingram, so it might actually be worth me checking out more of his stuff. This is the other item in here, other than the George Benson best of, that I really have my eye on because this is my favourite track from this artist. This is Jeffrey Osborne. I Really Don't Need No Light, which, as I just said, it is my favourite Jeffrey Osborne song. It's the song that got me into his music a lot more than I already was. 1 Million Kisses is on the back. Yeah, absolutely incredible 12-inch single. Super happy to have this one in the collection. This is the main reason. This is actually the main reason I said yes, I want that stack of records. I'm really happy that they came super quick. Yeah, really nice 12-inch. And while we're on the topic of Jeffrey Osborne, he also sent over Don't You Get So Mad, which is another really, I want to say upbeat Jeffrey Osborne track, but it's really cool, man. Really nice track. 3 Junior songs: Running, Communication Breakdown, and Somebody. I wasn't familiar with any of these 3 tracks from Junior. Obviously it's the same Junior that sang the song Mummy Used to Say. If you guys know that song, which you should do, it was pretty big in like 81, but yeah, later Junior stuff, wasn't too familiar with it, so really happy that I enjoyed all 3 of these. That was super good. Richard John Smith, Dance With Me, and again knew the name, didn't really know this track all that well. And then Jump For You is on the back. Here's I forgot this was in here. So there's 3 reasons I said yes, I want the stack. This is One Way, Mr. Groove. I knew the group One Way. I'm a big fan of their stuff, and this song, while may not be my favourite from them, I'm always on the lookout for One Way stuff because you never really see it. Yeah, really had to, really stoked to add that one to the collection there. Lady You Are is the song on the back as well, so that's awesome. Couple of Bobby King 12s. This is the track. Wait, what is this? This is the track Close to Me. You can see there has Love in the Fire and Midnight Shine on this as well. Really nice. Wasn't familiar with it. Really dug it. But I probably preferred this one as a track. Lovequake by Bobby King. Has Fall in Love on the flip side, but this was really nice. But I like most stuff on Motown anyway, so of course it wasn't really going to disappoint me, I wouldn't have believed. Finally, 3 David Grant 12-inch singles. We have Love Will Find a Way, Watching You, Watching Me, and Rock the Midnight, all on 12-inch. Yeah, David Grant, British soul singer, really good stuff there. Really good stuff. So yeah, that's what I got sent from. That's what I got sent from Flipped Disc on Instagram. Like I said, I'll leave a link to his Instagram down in the description below, so you guys can check out his Instagram. Um, yeah, everything that he sent me is from about, other than the George Benson compilation, varies from about 82, 83, and 84. Um, which was a really good time period for the kind of soul music that and R&B music that is. It's a really good time. But you guys know me, I don't stick to a particular year when it comes to music. If I like it, I like it. Yeah, so that was my VCLT. I don't know if it's officially VCLT, but I'm gonna call it that because it was a big help. Anyway, sending continuing on with the stuff I have.
Sending continuing.
Hey?
Sending continuing.
Yeah, I know. I didn't really know.
Ballsed yourself up there, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you shot yourself in the foot and
jumbled,
yourself up today.
I jumbled my words. So anyway, one charity shop find this month, and it is the album More of the Monkeys. Obviously from the Monkeys. This, I believe, is a Canadian press from what I can work out. Really stoked about this album. Has their massive hit on it, I'm a Believer, which, unless you kind of grew up with this, if you grew up in the same era that I did, you know that song from Shrek. I really only picked this up for that track, but fell in love with this whole album. It's really, really incredible. Might have made a new fan of the Monkeys out of me. Obviously, you can see the cover's got loads of ring wear and stuff, but the vinyl's in really good shape. And anyone who knows me knows I'm not bothered about the condition of the sleeve. Really. Yeah, because I can't play that bit. But really good album. Really did enjoy this one. So yeah, I know it was kind of a blind buy, but kind of not, because I knew one track on it, but ended up liking the whole album. So there is More of the Monkeys. Onto the Facebook purchases. First thing I grabbed is a metal album. This is Disturbed, Indestructible. One of my favorite metal bands, modern metal bands, I should say. I was into them when I was about 11 or 12 and kind of forgot all about them until I discovered their cover of The Sound of Silence, and then got back into them massively after that. And their albums don't crop up too often. I have one other album of theirs, but this one's really nice. This might be my favourite album from Disturbed. It's obviously got the title track on it. Inside the Fire is on here. Facade is on here. Divide, Torn, just awesome album, all killer, no filler. I would, like I said, it's my favourite. Maybe even, in my opinion, maybe their best album. I want to do more rankings. I need to get their other albums though, because I'm missing quite a few. Like I said, this is the second album I now own from them, and yeah, it's really good. Originally came out in 2008. This is the 2012 issue of this. Really, really nice album. Like I said, just standard black vinyl, but it does have a really cool inner sleeve with lyrics and stuff like that on it. But yeah. Disturbed, Indestructible. I know maybe not everyone's cup of tea, but I like them. Sticking with a somewhat of a metal theme, Rat, Dancing Undercover, their third album. I've been going through their discography slowly, picking up their albums. I think the albums after this all get really difficult to find, but this one I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed their first two albums, but it's still good. It's definitely got that 80s metal sound to it. This one's from, what year's this album from? I'm sure it's like 87, possibly. Let me see if I can find it. There's the inner sleeve, by the way. I think it's the original inner sleeve at least. Really cool label there, Atlantic. I know I've not been showing off labels at all much, but yeah, this album came out in 86. So that is really awesome there. To own another Rat album. I had heard of Rat in the past, and I've heard a couple of their songs in movies, but I really got into them because of the TV show Cobra Kai. They've used a couple of their tracks. They've used a couple of their tracks in this show. So because of that, I've really got into them as a band. I'm slowly going through their discography, picking up what I can, where I can. But the rest of them I'm probably just going to listen to on Spotify, because let's be honest, it's going to be easier than waiting around. But yes, Rat, Dancing Undercover. Another really, really solid album. And the last album I picked up from Facebook, although it's not an original pressing, is an early reissue. This is Cold Fact by Rodriguez. This is a South African pressing, in case you cannot tell from the fact the cover is black and not white. Lyrics are on the back. I know this album's become very sought after over the last few years, particularly since the documentary Searching for Sugar Man. Definitely one of my favourite music documentaries, and I went back and re-watched that before listening to this album. Yeah, really, really cool stuff. I believe this reissue's from like 73 or something, but it's definitely a South African pressing. It's cool. There's a little bit of writing on the label, but again, not bothered by that. On Sussex Records, which is how I know it's not a first press, because it did not come out on that originally. Oh, 74 this pressing, not 73. My bad. But yeah, definitely really, really cool album. Happy to own this one finally. It's been on my wish list for a really long time. Like a really long time. So super, super stoked to grab that one.
Stoked.
Yeah, I said it. And add that one to my collection. Rodriguez, Sugarman, Cold Fact, excuse me, with the song Sugar Man, which of course is where the name for the documentary came from. Right, I've got 2 more albums to show you and then we're done with this video. I know it feels like we've been doing this, it feels like the video's been like super quick. Probably has been compared to previous vinyl finds, but yeah, anyway. Next album I'm going to show you is a new release. This is the...
Could you do that without your head in the way?
Sorry. This is the latest album from Doja Cat. This is her 3rd album, Planet Her. Came out in 2021, but only got a vinyl release this year. They've put the extended edition of it on vinyl. So it comes with a few extra tracks. I've followed her career since her last album in 2019. Her second album came out, and she's just got bigger and bigger as time's gone on. This album has a lot of has had some big radio hits on it. If you're not familiar, the song "Woman," the song "You Right," which features The Weeknd. Kiss Me More, which features SZA. Tonight, featuring Eve, the same Eve that did Let Me Blow Your Mind with Gwen Stefani. Yeah, absolutely awesome album. Double LP with an insert there. Pretty cool stuff. I wanted to own her first album before I owned this one, but I think as an album I probably prefer this one to her first album. But yeah, it just comes on standard black vinyl. Nothing amazing, nothing spectacular. But the pressing's really good, so I'm glad that although there was a little bit of a wait for this to come out on vinyl, I'm glad it finally did. So yes, there is a Doja Cat's Planet Her album. And the final thing I'm going to show you, this is the most recent addition to my collection, and honestly I had no idea it had a vinyl release until a few months ago when Brandon over at Mr. Hall of Fame showed this in one of his videos, and I was like, I've got to own this. It's the first time this album's been on vinyl. It's Be Not Nobody by Vanessa Carlton. I think it got reissued in 2020, but only in America, which was very strange. I was super lucky to find this, really. But yeah, the massive song on this album, everyone's probably heard it, 1,000 Miles. I would say it's definitely one of my favourite songs from the 2000s. I know that's a controversial topic because there was a lot of music from the sort of early 2000s that was sort of generally overlooked. This is one album I really loved, and just seeing this album on Brandon's channel definitely rekindled my love for this. I couldn't believe it was on vinyl finally. It was long overdue. Lyrics on the inside of the gatefold. Really nice inner sleeve there. Pretty cool stuff. And it comes on this really awesome transparent red vinyl.
You sound like a robot.
Do I?
Everything comes on this.
Okay. But yeah, comes on this really awesome red vinyl, which I'm not a big fan of red vinyl, but the pressing here is incredible, so I'm not complaining at all about that. Yeah, say what you want about this album. I really like the album, and I think it's going to be it is a very welcome addition to my collection. Yeah, obviously it had been on my want list since I saw it in Brandon's video, and finally got around to picking up my own copy, so there is that. Right.
So you picked it up or you got sent it?
No, I had to buy it online.
Is that what you told me?
It is. Right. So yeah, that's the most recent addition to my collection. Really awesome find. Really awesome pickup. This one I had to order on Discogs because no record shops in the UK are stocking this, and it really annoys me that I would have had to have imported it all the way from America otherwise. But yeah, really awesome album. I really like her cover of Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones on here as well. I know that's I mean, obviously I don't prefer it over the original. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's a really good cover. So yeah, with all that said and done, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel, bearing with me. Jenny, thanks again for being in the video in the background. Always a pleasure. But yeah, that is going to do it. And I
think
will...
your viewers like me more than you do.
Probably at this point, yeah. Well, you got to have something interesting to look at. Can't just look at me on the vinyl, can they?
No, sorry. Not quick enough though.
But yeah. So with all that said and done, that's going to do it for this video. Guys, thanks so much for tuning back in. Please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here. Hit that bell. That way you never miss an upload. And I'll see you all again very soon. Bye.